Hello, dear colleagues. I hope you're doing well. So for today we have the speaking part. Talking about this part. In this section we have 3 parts, as you know, as you can see. So in the first part, it's just some brief questions about. It can be about work, study, I don't know, school, hometown. So it's just basic questions like this. Or it can be another topic, but so this one just checks how to say. These are short questions, and in this part 1, you don't have to give long answers. So to each question, if you give about 3, if you give an answer with about 3 or 4 sentences, that will be enough. So no need to speak in length in this part 1. So that's about part 1. For example, here we have about science, question about science. So as you see, do you like studying science when you were at school? Why not? So as you see, it's not so difficult, just basic ones. In part 2, you're given a question card, and here you have to speak. You'll have some time to prepare. And after that, you'll have to speak from 1 to 2 minutes. So if you're speaking more than 2 minutes, then the examiner will stop you and tell you that it's time's up. So the important thing in this part is that so here we have some like prompts. Yeah, these prompts can help you to give answers. So when you're giving your answer, you have to respond to these prompts, but no need to give how to say long answers to each of these. Yeah, so you have to balance. For example, it says describe a tourist attraction in your country that you would recommend. So what the tourist attraction is. So here you don't have to speak in length. For example, if you say Koktube, you don't have to talk about its history. Yeah, just say that it's Koktube, it's situated in the mountains around the city or something like this. So here you give a short answer. Then where in your city this tourist attraction is, you can describe the location and what visitor can see and do at this tourist attraction. So in this third prompt, you can give a longer answer because there we can have, there we may have different activities, types of activities that we can do, and so on. So you have to balance. So look at these prompts, they're each unique. Each of them are unique. So just try to give a logical answer with a logical length to each of them. Okay, and it is really good to speak more than 1 minute, and if it's 2 minutes or about 1 minute 40 or 1.5 minutes and something between 2 minutes and 1.5, that would be perfect. Because if you're over 2 minutes, then it means that you couldn't your time management or this kind of thing is not really good in your skills. So that's about part 2. Then in part 3, there we have further questions depending on the topic that was given in part 2. For example, if this one was about tourist attractions, then the next questions will be those tourist attractions, for example, museums, art galleries, holiday industry. So it's also about tourists and so on. So in this part 3, it is like part 1, but these are deeper, more profound questions. So in this part 3, it is better to give longer answers with 5 or 6 sentences. Yeah, so it should be longer than the part 1. So that's it. The speaking part in general lasts for about 15 minutes. And that's it. And when it comes to teaching this speaking section, actually 1 week is enough. Yeah, because speaking is not really difficult. So if you can practice, I don't know, each part for 1 lesson, like part 1 for the first lesson, part 2 for the second, and part 3 for the third lesson. in the week, so that it'll be perfect. So that's it. You can find different sources, just Googling on the web. And that's it. What else? And yeah, and when if you have a group of students that are doing their IELTS course, then yeah, I usually let them work in pairs. So you see, it is important to change the pairs, the people they're working with, because if they are working only with you or only with a specific person, then it may be difficult for them to adapt to another person. So it's really difficult, not difficult, really important to change the pairs and the person they're talking to. And what else? Then there's also IELTS criteria for speaking part. You can also give some feedback on this. And I found a website where you record a video, you speak, you answer, you respond to particular questions, and then this AI website gives you some feedback on your speaking. So that's also useful. I'll send you this one. So that's it. And I also let them practice writing, like practice speaking through writing. So for example, for homework, home tasks, I can give like to write the answers to these questions, for example, but in a written form, right? Not just speaking, because if a person can write well, then they'll be able to speak well also. And then you can also give them to watch some videos on YouTube to check the format of the IELTS exam, IELTS speaking part. And also you can give some vocabulary, but no need to give some advanced words, right? So just give them some linking words, connectives, and so on. So I think that's all in general. If you have any questions, you can text me. Okay.